I need to say this first. I disappeared. My last video was in 2023. Back then, I was still studying for my AME license, and I kept telling myself I'll come back when things calm down. But the truth is, nothing calmed down. It got intense, it got confusing, and honestly, it got horrible. What's up, everyone? It's Angel. If you're new here, welcome. If you have been here since 2023, thank you for not forgetting me. Today, I want to tell you exactly where I have been and why I stopped posting and what it really took to finally get my AME license here in Canada. No motivational speaks, just the real story. In 2023, I was in that stage where you think, I am studying, I am close, so I'll be done. But what I didn't expect was so many hours it would take. Not just studying like recap chapter, I mean hours of searching everywhere. Forums, comments, random posts from other students, mechanics who already passed, people arguing online about what matters and what doesn't. And I remember thinking why it's so hard to find a clear path. I was putting in so much time that YouTube started to feel like one more thing I couldn't carry. And on top of that, I was completing my business administration program here in Canada. Okay, so what can I tell you? I'm not proud to say this, but I really believed something at that time. After I finished the ICS course, if you remember, I needed approval from my education, something that I didn't agree at all. But anyway, coming back, I told myself I'm gonna pass these exams. I'm going to pass very easy. So I walked into my first exam, standard practices, with confidence. And then I walked out like, what was that? It was terrible. Terrible. I got around 59%, something like that. And that's the moment I realized this isn't about confidence, this is about strategy. Because the way I was studying wasn't matching the exam. I was using the SAA app because I knew it for American exams for the AMP, and for me it didn't work for what I needed here. So there I was again back on the internet trying to figure out, okay, what do I study now? What am I missing? Where's the guidance? Then I asked a Transport Canada inspector for guidance, and the guy gave me a list of study materials. When I saw the list was massive, I mean massive. I got the vast majority of it. I started studying, I collected questions I found online. I listened to what other mechanics recommended. Again, I did everything people said should work. And then after about 1 more or maybe 2 months, I wrote my structures exam. And you know what? I failed again. I remember that moment so clearly because it wasn't just failing an exam, it was failing after so many hours. It was that feeling of sitting there thinking, I'm working so hard, why is nothing working? And for a minute I thought, maybe I'm not built for this, and maybe I should stop. Maybe I should just go on and leave this idea. I would say that was the lowest point. But then I told myself something simple. If I keep doing the same thing, I'm going to keep getting the same results. So I think that it changed everything. I committed to studying 2 to 3 hours daily, no excuses. I start tracking my time like it was a job. Minimum hours, non-negotiable. I set time limits. I recorded what I did. I stopped studying randomly and I organized my material by 88 chapters and also by each exam. I built mock tests for myself. I used artificial intelligence. I repeated concepts. I memorized. I reviewed it until it was automatic. And when I added all up, everything, I can say I put 300 hours into studying. Um, you know why? Because I got tired of failing and not knowing why. Then something changed. After I stepped back, came back with a clear plan, my mindset was different. From around August to December, I wrote the four exams: airframed, standard practices, power plants, and regulations. It still wasn't easy, I would say, but now I wasn't guessing anymore, and one by one I got them. Mm, sorry. Um, and that was like level 2, I would say, because the exams are hard, but they are not the end. After the exams came the final part, validating your experience with Transfer Canada to actually get the license. And if you don't know, there are different ratings like maintenance M, avionics E, structures S, and within maintenance, I mean, if you are getting the M license, you have or you can get the N1 and M2. At the beginning, I'm not gonna lie to you, it was a mess trying to understand what I needed to submit my N1 and N2 license, but I figured it out. For me, N2 was the first one I could justify because I had more than 3,000 orders in my records. Then I planned the N1 based on my experience here in Canada. I would say like 3 years at that moment. But then Transfer Canada asked for more proof. And some companies don't keep the records at least for more than 2 years. So it was really, 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 really hard to get. So what I did was use my personal records, pictures, releases. I have saved signed paperwork, and then they came back. I mean, Transfer Canada then came back asking for explanations on tasks that I listed. So I uploaded more information, more releases, more tasks, even pictures of the equipment that I used to do the work. And after going back and forth, I got it. And I got my N1 and N2 license. Finally, understanding the privilege and the process to get the license. So that's why I disappeared. Yeah, I was in the middle of a fight with the process, even as well with my peer. But anyway, I am back and things have changed. I found a wonderful job. I feel more relaxed and I finally have the time to share this journey with you guys. Yeah, I needed to learn French as well. It was an awesome experience and it was worth it, I would say. Yeah, I want to be transparent. As an AME, I've seen offers as high as $60 per hour. Now, to be clear, I didn't start there in the. But I am telling you, if you are committed, if you work the overtime, take the contracts, and really put in the effort, you can even hit the 200,000 or 220,000 a year. I tested this myself. Yeah, I did one regular week, then a massive overtime week, and I was doing 90 hours in a single week, 12 hours a day, and I cleared more than 11,000 in just 2 weeks. If you translate that to a month, you are looking at 22,000 plus. You do the simple math, multiply 50 by 90 hours for 1 week, then factor in the time and overtime. You will see how the numbers add up. And that's just the base salary, because that's not even counting the per diems, mileage, and other benefits that sometimes you can get. If you're watching this from other parts of the world, I highly recommend you to try to get an N1, N2 license here in Canada, or an airframe and power plant license in the United States. I know there are so many talented mechanics out there working the same long hours with more stress, fewer tools, and a lower quality of life, all for a salary that is 10 times smaller than the one you actually deserve. So guys, I'm here to show you the real world, the reality, the wins, the stress, all of it. If you are on this same path, comment below. Where are you right now? Studying exams, already licensed? And if you want me to share other information about the AME license, the airframe and power plant license, maybe type ratings, or how I organize my study plan, or would you like to know more things about a life as a licensed mechanic? Tell me and I will make that the next video.